Every once in a while, Disney drops a movie that does more than just entertain us. It squeezes our hearts the same way Baymax squeezes through a doorway. Gently, awkwardly, and with so much love that you can't help but smile. And for a lot of us who grew up in the 2010s, Big Hero 6 wasn't just another animated movie. It was a warm, hopeful reminder that no matter how messy life gets, sometimes all you need is a soft, inflatable healthcare robot telling you, "I am satisfied with my care." Today, we're going back to San Fransokyo, so put on your Hiro hoodie and let's get into 10 fun facts about Big Hero 6. We've got the nostalgia-filled details, the quirky behind-the-scenes moments, and the little secrets that will make you still adore this movie a decade later. First, Baymax was a Marvel nobody. 1. The comic book nobody remembered until it became Big Hero 6. One of the coolest and least-known facts about Big Hero 6 is that the movie didn't originate inside Disney at all. It came from a tiny, almost forgotten Marvel comic series, a series so obscure that even hardcore comic readers skipped past it. Director Don Hall, who's both an animation lover and a comic book nerd, stumbled on the comic during research, and instead of just flipping through it, he saw potential. He felt it had just enough story and just enough emotional core to become something bigger. Hall pitched it, even though hardly anyone knew what Big Hero 6 was. Disney could have easily said no, but they didn't. And that one random comic ended up becoming an Oscar-winning fan favorite. What's crazier is that finding the comic was the easy part. Turning it into the movie, we know, was quite the journey. 2. The 5-year rewrite marathon that nearly broke the team. A lot of Disney movies take a few years, but Big Hero 6 took around 4 to 5 years, and almost all of that time was spent rewriting, revising, and rebuilding the story from scratch. Early drafts looked nothing like the final movie. They rewrote Hiro's arc. They rewrote Baymax's role. They even rewrote the emotional beats involving Tadashi to make sure everything hit with the right amount of heart. There were many days when the team felt burnt out, but they kept going because they believed there was a special movie buried underneath all the drafts. By the time they were done, the writers joked that they had basically written 5 different versions of the same movie. And honestly, they are probably downplaying it. But even a great story is nothing without the perfect animation, and that's where things got wild. 3. 85 animators, 6 departments, and 1 impossible character to move. Bringing Big Hero 6 to the screen took 85 animators across 6 departments. But the challenge wasn't the city or Hiro. It wasn't the action scenes. It wasn't even the complex microbots. It was Baymax. Baymax was intentionally designed to be slow, soft, and gentle, basically the opposite of every fast, expressive animated character Disney had done before. His movements had to be simple but not robotic. Moving him without making him look creepy, awkward, or too fast was extremely difficult. Animators said that one step, one turn, one little arm raise took more trial and error than anything else in the movie. But their effort paid off. Baymax became one of the most iconic animated characters of the decade precisely because he wasn't animated like everyone else.
I am not fast.
Yeah, no kidding! Go!
To get Baymax's movement just right, the team had to look for inspiration in the most unexpected place. 4. The squishy secret behind Baymax's walk. This one never stops being funny. To capture Baymax's soft, waddly movement, animators studied babies with full diapers. You heard that right, babies with full diapers. And it made perfect sense to the team. Babies with full diapers walk in a very specific way, slow, wide steps, trying to balance, and moving carefully so they don't fall. That softness and clumsiness matched Baymax's personality. So, that adorable diaper waddle became the foundation for Baymax's walk cycle. And once you know this fact, you can't unsee it. Every time Baymax walks across the screen, you'll catch that little diaper sway. His movement wasn't the only thing that needed inspiration. Even Baymax's shape needed a surprising spark. 5. The oddest design inspiration ever, a bell and a rice cooker. Baymax's look had to be friendly, soft, and non-threatening. The design team didn't want him to look like a typical robot with metal parts and sharp edges. They wanted something gentle, a figure that made you feel safe just by looking at it. During their research trip to Japan, they came across an inflatable robot prototype made from balloons used for healthcare support. This inspired the idea of a soft robot, but they still needed a proper shape. So they looked at everyday objects. But his iconic silhouette wasn't based on a balloon or a marshmallow. The two biggest influences ended up being a Japanese temple bell for his round torso and a rice cooker for his smooth, simple, clean silhouette. So that's Baymax, our soft, huggable Japanese bell and rice cooker hybrid robot. But while Baymax got his shape from slightly unusual objects, Hiro's design came from someone very real. 6. Hiro was modeled literally after a real teen. Character designer Jin Kim wanted Hiro to feel like a real modern Japanese-American teenager, not a stereotype and not a generic animated kid. So he studied his daughter's 14-year-old Japanese-American friend. Her expressions, her posture, her teenage awkwardness, her casual confidence, and her style. Hiro's messy hair, hoodie, sense of curiosity, and slouchy posture all came from observing a real kid in real life. It's why Hiro feels so authentic, especially to viewers who grew up in that era.
Trust me, it will be.
Now Hiro wasn't the only character who got special attention. 7. GoGo, Disney's first Korean heroine with attitude. GoGo was an important character for many reasons, but one of the biggest was representation. Did you know that before GoGo, Disney had never featured a Korean character in a major animated film? So the lead character designer, Seun Kim, wanted to make her stand out and break stereotypes. He didn't want the soft, overly feminine, typical Disney archetype. So he mashed two inspirations: the tough, sarcastic older sister stereotypes in Korean families, and blended that energy with the bike messenger and urban street culture of San Francisco. The result is the quiet, powerful, effortlessly cool character who became a fan favorite. Her minimalist dialogue made her stand out even more because she didn't need many words to have a presence.
Welcome to the Nerd Lab.
And it only makes sense that a diverse cast would live in a city just as unique. 8. San Fransokyo, the East meets West City fans still miss. San Fransokyo wasn't just a backdrop. It was a character of its own, and it just might be one of the most memorable fictional cities Disney ever created. It blended the neon vibrancy of Tokyo with the steep hills and cozy charm of San Francisco. Eastern architecture meets Western street culture. Cherry blossoms next to cable cars, noodles next to robotics labs. It wasn't too futuristic, it wasn't too realistic. It was a hybrid, just like the characters themselves. And to build a world this immersive, the animators had to go big. Really big. 9. They built a world bigger than Frozen, Tangled, and Wreck-It Ralph combined. One of the most impressive achievements of Big Hero 6 was the scale of the digital world. The full city dataset was bigger than the worlds of Frozen, Tangled, and Wreck-It Ralph combined. That meant more buildings, more streets, more lights, more animations, and more environmental detail than anything Disney had done at the time. That's insane. It took new technology, new rendering systems, and huge animation power just to bring San Fransokyo to life with all its details. Of course, the movie still looks good today. It aged beautifully because it was ahead of its time. But even with all that technology, the animators still found room for one tiny Easter egg. 10. The Oswald Easter egg, hidden in Hiro's bedroom ceiling. Disney loves a good Easter egg, but this one is extra special. When Hiro falls between his bed and his desk after activating Baymax, you can spot Oswald the Lucky Rabbit's face on his ceiling. Oswald was Walt Disney's first animated character, before Mickey Mouse existed. Including him in a futuristic movie like Big Hero 6 was a small nod to the studio's roots and legacy. It was a reminder that no matter how far animation technology advances, Disney still remembers where it all began. It's the kind of Easter egg that only shows up for fans who pay close attention. And honestly, it's those tiny touches, the emotion, the humor, the hidden pieces of history that make Big Hero 6 a movie we'll keep coming back to. That's it for our 10 Big Hero 6 facts. If you enjoyed these and want to keep the nostalgia train going, check out our previous video on Monsters Incorporated. It's packed with behind-the-scenes magic, hidden details, and Pixar secrets you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and as Baymax would say, I am satisfied with your engagement. That means to like, comment, and subscribe, by the way. Until the next one.